Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful, blessed people of God. Let's get all platforms streaming, and away we go. Come on, IG. I say good morning to each and every one of you. Happy next Thursday. Yes, as a New Yorker, we are declaring and decreeing that today is next Thursday. So I say good morning and happy next Thursdays to you. If you do not reside in New York City or the surrounding areas, we say happy next Thursday to you as well, because we know that Knicks fans can be pretty much everywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. I hope and I pray that you are well in your hearts, your minds, your bodies, your spirits on today. I pray that your will is aligned with God's will on this day. I pray that every door that is assigned to be open by you is preparing itself, is already opening in the spirit realm, and it's a matter of you aligning and connecting with it in the natural. So I pray that the open doors are upon us, that we're able to walk in them. The open windows for the blessings to come in, I pray that they are open as well, so that we will feel the flooding of the Holy Spirit and the graciousness of God in our lives on this morning. So I say good morning to each and every one of you. Dr. V. Burrell, good morning to you on Instagram. Again, if you all are in the New York area, I pray safety is upon you, especially if you are in the city. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Leslie. Happy next Thursdays. No, come on, come on. This is a celebration for the whole country, to be honest with you. Um, the Knicks win is a good message for us all. And so whether, and I know, look, I know the long timers, the 53-year plus crew would frown their face upon me, but I we welcome everybody. Everybody is welcome, as long as you come in and act like you got some sense. It's all good in our hood, right? It's the newbies that are coming in and are wilding out and doing the wild and crazy things. Those are the ones we can do without. But for the ones that bring in good spirits, good cheer, yes, it is a celebration, and that's what New Yorkers love to do. We love a good celebration. We haven't had a good celebration in a minute, and so we love to celebrate. So today is an extra special day for us to be able to celebrate. So if you got some sense, we don't care what team you roll with, we don't care where you live. If you want to come and party with us, we are ready to receive you with open arms, right? And it reminds me, there's like this I guess there's like this reel or whatever that's going around, but people are using this saying a lot, talking about Black people and saying that we can go anywhere and we can jam at anybody's party. So I think there was this Black guy at an Indian wedding or something like that, and he was jamming on the one, right? You can't stop us. And that's the vibe for New Yorkers, right? To me, that's the vibe for New Yorkers. We want to celebrate, and we want to celebrate with you all. So it's like we don't want to exclude ourselves from the party because of XYZ. We want this to be inclusive. So on this next Thursday, I find I'm saying, anybody else might dispute, but it is an all inclusive. We just want to celebrate. I feel like in this world we need that. We need the celebration. We need a moment to pause from all of the craziness, from all of the things that seem beyond our control. We want to have a good time, right? We want to have a good time. We want just a moment to pause reality, and we want to be able to let our hair down, right? But safely, safely. We want everybody to do it safely. And I woke up this morning, I saw some footage from downtown. People were saying at 4 o'clock in the morning, they were down there, they were already lined up, they were chanting, they were doing. Now, I love the Knicks. Those are my boys. Those are my boys. Those are my boys. I love them. I love each and every one of them from the bench to the starting five, right? I love each and every one of them. I feel personally connected to each and every one of them. But I had to exercise some wisdom. My strength just has not been where it has, where it should be or whatever, or where it's been. And I just don't have it. Like, yeah, I don't have the strength, I don't have the mental wherewithal to be downtown in the midst of a crowd, just kind of just to say that I'm there. Do I love seeing the footage of the sea of blue? Absolutely. There is a sea of blue and orange. um Manhattan, period, right? Manhattan, period. But I am seeing footage down in that area where the people have already taken over. And that's where I've reserved myself. I said, you know what? I am going to watch it from afar. I'm going to see if I can stream it. I don't know what station may be streaming it live. I'm having it live, but I'm going to see if I can stream it. I will take pride in sitting and watching the recap reels. And I am there in spirit. I am praying that all is well in everybody's hearts and minds. I pray that the enemy and any plots and plans of destruction has been thwarted on today, that it's been blocked, right? Come on, that it has been blocked, and that the promises of God will be tipped in like that OG tip, right? And that it will be revealed, right? Because if we can get together and we can celebrate this with no incidences, then it opens the door for us being able to celebrate other things. And as you said, Leslie, we need this. Like, we need this bad. We need this bad, bad, right? And I think that's why so many people are taking great joy out of it, because we need it really, really bad. So we hope and we pray that all goes well. I pray that the Knicks team stays safe. I pray that the fans stay safe. And that anybody with ill intentions, I pray that they will have a changed heart. I pray that the joy and the love and the positive energy that is already in the environment, I pray that it will take over and it will consume and it will snuff out any plans of darkness. We pray that light will be revealed. And we know when the people of God are present, that the light is going to be revealed. And so we are grateful for the ones with the assignment to be down there, right? The ones with the assignment to be down there. I'm praying their strength. I'm praying their light. I'm praying their divine favor, because you never know what's going to transpire. Good morning, Carol. Blessings to you. A friend of mine's, she usually goes to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and she had posted that normally she would get the Puerto Rican flag and she would wear it like in a cape, like as a cape, as she goes down there. But she says she was just led to wear a t-shirt that the back of it said Jesus saves. So even in the midst of a crowd, even in the midst of a celebration, the message can still go forward, right? And so we're grateful for the disciples that go into these spaces, because many people will not. I feel as though I had my share of going into the city and leaving my mark when we went down there. That was the Friday my brother had came to town. That was kind of an unexpected thing, but we made our way down there, and it was wild. It was exciting. It was fun. It was rejuvenating. It was energizing. It was all of that and then some. But this is not my assignment. So I do sit back and I pray that the weather holds up. Come on, Father. I pray that the weather holds up, and that the people will be able to go and have a good time. And they're going to be down in the city all day. So the parade starts, I believe it starts at 10, but I've been seeing ads for after parties and block parties and everything in between. So they gonna be jumping up. There's gonna be go New York for till probably midnight or so. And it's gonna be a lot. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Well, and okay. So thank you, Leslie, for bringing that to my attention. We are also going to stand in agreement for prayer for individuals who have to be downtown, right? So we know a majority of the individuals who are in the city, and that's what we call, downtown Manhattan. Y'all call it Manhattan. We call it the city, right? In the city, there are individuals who have to go, like they have doctor's appointments and they have work. So we want to pray a shield of protection over those who have to go into the city. um, I wanted to know, he had one on the day they came back, Leslie. If he's having another one, like if you find out the wins and the wheres, let me know. Because I was like, I would have wanted to go to the block party. Because that's like an old school thing. Like you don't really, it's rare that you see those. So I would have loved to have been in the space. But I definitely, my heart and my prayer goes out to everyone who has no choice but to go into the city. I actually had a client. I actually had a client today to see at 11 a.m. And just as an afterthought, like I had jumped on it and just went ahead and scheduled it, and then an afterthought came over to me immediately and was like, "Girl, what did you do?" um that's Nick's day. Like like, even though I don't mind working on Nick's day, but it was like, nah, like you're not going to be able to get there. It's going to be challenging to get there. So I opted not to go. So like into, they will tell people when it's a snowstorm, when the weather is bad. We need to think accordingly. So if any appointments can be postponed, can be rescheduled, I would suggest people exercise wisdom in that. But for those who have no choice, that need to be in there, I pray that all of the fans, all of the super fans will make room, will make space for those who need to be there, right? But I do pray that everybody is safe and that it is a beautiful day. But I am definitely declaring today as Nick's Thursday. We are excited. We are delighted. We are overjoyed. We are grateful for the win because it is necessary. Right. And this is one of the things that I remember. I used to say this prayer a lot to God. I used to talk to God a lot. Um, and actually I'm gonna lift it up now as well. As the remnant, and we've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks, as the remnants, um we we are going through. Many of the remnant are going through, and it's not easy. It is a heavy task, and we are going through. And the fire in the furnace has been cranked up for many of us. And you are trying your best, you are taking the shots, you are doing what you can, but for some reason you still feel like you are in the midst of it, the thick of it, and you can't seem to see your way through it. And as we've been given messages of hope and holding on, and planting yourself in faith and changing your mindset and reframing and all of that stuff that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. My prayer is that God give us a bone. Okay, that's just what popped into my head. My prayer is that God will give us a bone, that God will give us a moment of reprieve, that God will give us a win so that we can stay the course, that we can stay the journey. I don't mind continuing in this pathway, but I need a win, because when you have lost after loss after loss after loss, and you get close and you still lose, that's a lot to endure. And that's kind of what this story, this testimony of the Knicks, shares with me. It's 53 years. So year after year, you're getting close. You're not getting there. You're losing. You're not even in the contest. Like years after years, that's a lot. That's a lot of hits. That's a lot of bruising. That's a lot of endurance. That is a lot for people to take on. And we are just asking God for a win. Like, just give us something. Allow us to have a moment of celebration, a moment of euphoria, a moment of joy, a moment of peace through the journey, right? So let us not lose hope, but give us something to celebrate. And just when I was talking about the furnace being cranked up 7 times hotter, right? With the three Hebrew boys, where the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, where there when the furnace was cranked up, but when they noticed there was a fourth man in the fire, right? So you haven't even gotten out of the fire yet. But when you notice there's a fourth man in the fire, and that's all we asking for, God. We're not asking, for you to rescue us out of it. We are, but we can stand, right? We can stand the heat. If you just give us a moment of celebration, if you just give us a moment where we can catch our breath, where we can reshift, reframe, change our mindsets, just give us a moment. Give us a moment to let us celebrate the acknowledgement of the fourth man. Let us reverence in the ideal that help is on the scene. Like we didn't soar out of it, we didn't make our way out of it, we didn't check to see if we smell like smoke or not. But right now we smelling like smoke. Right now we are still in the fire, and they have cranked up the heat. But if you just give us this win, we are still at war. The country, the world is still at war. There's still turmoil afoot. Evil is still upon us. The battle is not over. That's what the Knicks kept saying after each game. They it wasn't finished yet. So even after they won the Eastern Conference, the cup, once they won the cup, and then they won the Eastern Conference championships, and then they beat the first team and they beat the second team, it still wasn't over. That was good, but it still wasn't over. So we realized that the battle is still ongoing, but we just need a win. We just need a win to tide us over. And that's why we going so hard. People are like, oh, New Yorkers are so extra. We so extra because we understand grabbing on to what we have. We're going to take whatever win we can get, and we're going to ride that thing, and we're going to celebrate it out until it fills us. Good morning, Anna Sellers. Blessings to you, Queen. As New Yorkers, we are relishing in this win because for many it's life-saving. And even if you've never been in a battle, even if you've never been in a war, even if all is going well in your world and everything is sunshine and roses where you are, and your faith is so strong and you turning the other cheek and you so good with it, you kudos to you, boo boo. But can you take a moment and understand what others are going through? Can you celebrate with somebody else with for their win? Like, can you comprehend the mentality of someone who has been losing year after year after year? And finally, can you show a little glimpse of kindness, of understanding, of grace, of happiness for them? We're not talking about you. If this ain't your story, then this ain't your story. But can you still have enough grace and compassion for someone else to say, wow, wow, after 53 years. So 52 years of coming close, not coming in ranking at all, of being defeated before you even got started, like and getting closer and closer and closer each year. Can you rejoice with someone who finally gets the win? Now, it's not to say that the battle is over. But these interim wins sure feel good. They're a moment where we can take a knee, where we can catch our breaths, where we can get a little hydration, where we can get a little focus, where we can get our faith muscle sharpened up a bit more. The interim win is a reprieve. And if you can't celebrate and rejoice and be happy for someone who has an interim win, you're never going to win. You're never going to win. That is part of the reason why the Spurs lost. Because you can't even celebrate and acknowledge somebody else's hard work. I know you wanted to win. In a game, everybody wants to win, right? Nobody is setting the intention to lose. But if there's ever a moment where I'm not a winner, I pray for the faith, I pray for the grace that I can hold my head and I can acknowledge and I can celebrate the other person. Because that's kind of the point in sports, at least. Maybe not so much in the real world, but in sports, when you apply for a job, yes, you hope to get it. But in all honesty, the job is up for the taking. And I remember this. I remember this. Um, I was at an event. I was a speaker at an event. And I went to this event. This is when I went to Chicago for the first time. I went to the event because I was a speaker. That was my intention. My intention was to go to speak what the Lord had for me to speak and come on home. That was my intention. When I get there, they are giving out prizes, nice prizes. I think one was like a bedding set. One was like a cookware set, if I'm not mistaken. So they had sponsors that had donated these items and they were giving them away. And I was looking at the items and I was like, wow, that stuff is nice. Like a girl could use that stuff. I was like, that's pretty nice. And instead of me praying, God, let me win that. Let me win that, Lord. Oh, I want to win that, Lord. Oh, Lord, I want to win it. Instead of me praying that, I said, Lord, give it to who needs it the most. That was my prayer. My prayer was not for me to win. My prayer was that the people, the person who needed it the most received it. Because in all honesty, 53 years is a long time to wait. 53 years is a very long time to wait. Lord, bless the ones who need it the most. Maybe you got an ounce more of resilience. Maybe you got a quarter amount more of faith. Maybe you're the type of disciple who will celebrate just with the person showing up. Just with knowing that there's a fourth man in the fire, that's enough for you to get your mojo going, right? Get your shoulders bopping, and you like, yes, like to get your strength. But there are some individuals who need the win. And I pray that God would give it to them, right? The season of drought. Some folks, especially in the Bible, they've gone through things a long time. We are the modern day Bible. We've been enduring, we've been going through a lot for a long time. Father, give the win to the ones that need it the most. Give it to the ones that need it the most. The ones who will give reverence, who will give honor to the Father, who will reverence his name, who will worship him, who will adore him. Who will do his name justice. Give the wind to the ones who deserve it the most. And I don't know what Texas has been through. I don't know what San Antonio has been through. But I could tell you one thing. New York needed this win. We needed this win. I remember when 9/11 happened. When 9/11 happened, and thank you, Leslie. Leslie says ABC is streaming the parade. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I had a feeling of. Thank you for that. I remember back when 9/11 happened, I was actually in Maryland at the time. I was not in New York. I was living in Maryland. I was working in Maryland. And I didn't even know what was going on because I was working. I was working that day. I was in the hospital and my shift started at 7. And so as soon as my shift starts at 7, my feet are going. I'm not really, you know, who has time to watch TV when you working, right? So I was working. And I remember my coworkers coming up to me and they were like, "Are you okay? Are your people okay?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" Right? And we've had things happen in New York before. So I wasn't even like too thrown aback by it. I was like, "Oh, what popped off?" And we gonna survive it because that's just what we do. And I remember, oh, I can't take this. Why you keep showing me the same thing? I remember you know, trying to call, check on my people, especially those whom I knew were in the city. My brother at the time was here, and he worked in the city. My dad. So those were like my main focus. My mom worked in the Bronx, so I wasn't too concerned about that. But I did reach out to my family, and I remember when I finally got a moment to come home. Probably a couple of days later, I spoke to the manager, and she was from New York as well. So New Yorkers, we always stick together. And she was from New York as well. And she was like, "Do you need to go home?" And I was like, I would like to go home. And so, after a couple of days, arrangements, I was able to, get myself to New York. And I remember coming into New York and being in the city, right? What we call the city. And it was a ghost town. It was a ghost town. Now, this is the city that never sleeps, New York. There's always something popping off. If you need something to do, trust me, you're going to be able to find it. Good morning, Fred. Happy Knicks Thursday. Um, New York is the spot where there's always something going on. You're always going to find something to do. There's always going to be people outside. So you don't really have to, really be that weary that you're going to be out alone, right? There's always people out in a city that never sleeps. But I remember being in the city and it was desolate. And it reminded me, like, you see those things on TV in the old ghost towns, and places like Texas, like you see the what do you call them? Oh my gosh, I'm the name of it is something wheel. Um, where it just kind of floats by, like it's a ghost town, like there's nothing around, right? And you just see the wind blowing the dust around. And for the first time, the city was desolate. It was deserted. There were no people. There was no energy. There was no excitement. The lights seemed dimmer. But years later, we have finally gotten that back. So where the enemy meant it for evil, it has now turned around for our good. We've gotten our fight back. We've gotten our energy back. We've gotten our momentum back. We've gotten our power back. We are fueled. We are focused. Like we got it back from where it was desolate to now it is overpopulated. It is overflowing. The people are out there singing and dancing and walking. Like it's a mob out there. It's massive. But I would say we deserve the win after all of that. What other place has endured that kind of an impact? We deserve a win. So on this Knicks Thursday, it's more than about a basketball game. Like it's bigger than that. And I don't care if you don't live in New York, you're not from New York, you don't know nobody in New York, you somewhere else. Can you not celebrate for this win for us? And I think that's why most people are happy. Most people are excited. They're watching, they're tuning in, they're looking, they're watching. They love it. Many people in other cities, other states, even other countries. I had my assistant who's in the Philippines text message me a congratulations. What you know about the Knicks playing? Like here, What it's a universal language. It's like music. It's universal. It has become universal. And people in other countries are celebrating with us. Yes, New Yorkers are extra. Yes. On a good day, we are extra. And some might feel like we just going too far above and beyond. But there is no limit what a win can do for you. So all we're doing on this next Thursday is asking the Lord to give the win to the one who needs it the most. And on this next Thursday, we are celebrating God and honoring God for giving us a win, for giving us a moment in time where we can just stop and be happy. We don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z. We just have to be excited, let our hair down, and enjoy the moment. And enjoy the moment. And there was this one basketball player, this dude, Paul Pierce again. I think it was Paul Pierce. He's been this dude for a moment. He's always saying something sideways out his mouth. But he's and I get it. I get it. These guys they say what they feel like they need to say for ratings. I get it. I get it. I get it. And haters equivalent is equivalent to more views, and yeah, I get it. I get it. The ratings go up. I get it. Oh, this the only win they ever gonna have. Wow. He's only won one championship ring. When your mindset is shifted, there can never just be one win. Because when you get a taste of a win like this, and when it's somebody else's turn, you get excited off of that too. I've penned a number of books. And when I release my books, when I launch my books, book launch is one of the excitements in my life. And there was a season where I was producing books, at least twice a year. I was cranking them bad boys out. Why? Because I love the excitement of a good book launch. But what I've also learned is wow, it's the same excitement when I launch my books versus when my clients launch their book. I get excited, the same excitement when I launch my books. I get that same excitement when my clients launch their books. It's been, I want to say maybe 3, 4 years since I last produced a book. Oh, I want to say it's been 4 years. Good God. Because the last book that I produced was The Power of Choice. And that was in June, I want to say 2022, in June. But I haven't had a moment to miss it because I've had so many clients in the interim release their book. So it's like who's missing out on the excitement? When you get the experience of a win and your mindset has truly shifted, you don't always have to have the win. You will get excited watching someone else get their chance. And that's a beautiful thing. So don't let anybody tell you you only get one win. Cast that negative thought down. If that's the principality you want wrapped around your world, knock yourself out. But I get to win all the time because the cycle has been broken. The drought is over. But if you never change your mindset, you'll never know. And it bothered me. It bothered me that when the Knicks won the cup, this was like some interim thing. I think this started maybe a few years ago, some interim thing where they won the cup. And the minute the Knicks won the cup, everybody started saying, oh, it don't matter. Oh, it don't matter. That ain't nothing. Psh, that ain't the chip. So it was nothing. Like they demeaned the win. So the Knicks couldn't even enjoy that interim win because all of the haters came in that they didn't even put the cup up. They didn't celebrate. They didn't honor the cup as it should because everybody was like, oh, it don't matter. So why was we doing this if it didn't matter? Why was all the teams battling for it if it don't matter? They should have all, rallied together and said, nah, we're not doing this interim thing because it doesn't matter. But everybody was playing towards it and going to the games and doing this and doing that. And we won. But the enemy made it so where we couldn't even celebrate our win. Oh, don't get excited because you got a fourth man in there. What? Stop it. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. And as soon as you change your mindset about what winning is and what it looks like and who's a recipient of it, you'll now be able to see a win all the time. So my prayer that the ones who need the win the most, that could be those individuals who have lost their focus, whose mindset needs a good swift kick. So from this win, they can see that they are indeed a winner. It's a lot. It's heavy. But you can still win. You can still win even if you haven't made it to the finish line. You can still win. So my prayer for you on this next Thursday is that the scales will be removed from your eyes. The guilt, the shame will be stifled, will be dissipated, will be at bay, that it will jump back into the pit of hell from which it came from, that it will go into the pigs, the swine, and jump over into the river. It will be washed away. Because you get to celebrate your interim wins. No matter how big, no matter how small they are, you get to celebrate your interim wins. If you got up and took a shower this morning and you've been struggling mentally, physically all week long, but today you got up, you got in the shower, that's a win, and you better celebrate that. Don't wait until you can run the marathon again. Don't wait until you're feeling at your top notch, that you're at your best. You need to learn how to celebrate the interim wins. Otherwise, the enemy will continue to use the Paul Pierces of the world to speak that negativity over not only their lives, like he must be speaking it over his life as well, and then have the gall to tell somebody else. Don't let nobody else put their shortcomings onto you. You just got to know that you know. You know that you're a winner because your father is a winner. Like it, you just know that you know that you know. There ain't no disputing it. I don't know. I mean, yes, I've lost for 53 years. I don't know, but I'm still a winner. I don't know. I know what it looks like. I know it looks like, it's not in my favor, but I'm a winner. I'm a winner. We got to just know that we know. So take this next Thursday, and celebrate your wins. Whether it's a small win, a big win, a medium-sized win, celebrate your wins on today. As a New Yorker, I am giving you the authority to enjoy this win with us, right? We are welcoming everyone, every race, every nationality, every person who lives wherever. We are welcoming everybody into this next Thursday. This is Championship Thursday. We are winners over here, and we are welcoming and inviting everyone to come and celebrate our wins. Look, it don't matter if you got a Knicks cap, a Knicks t-shirt or not. Throw on some blue and rock it out. You ain't got blue, put on some orange, right? Like rock it out. Like listen, this win is for all of us. It's for all of us whose season, whose time, whose moment it is to win, and those who need it the most. So you all go forward. If you are in the city, near the city, headed to the city, be safe. Stay focused, stay vigilant. New York is still New York, okay? Just because we out there celebrating, and just because somebody got on blue and orange, don't mean your stuff won't go missing. So be vigilant. Don't take your kids out there, but if you do, get one of them harnesses. Look, today would be a great day to put one of them little harnesses on them babies and keep them close to your body. Keep an eye on your property, your people, and just keep fun and safe as your top intentions for the day. Amen. So you all go forward, have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember, enjoy your win. Happy next Thursday.